Well, here we are in the book of Joshua. And once the people of Israel had crossed over the Jordan River on dry land, and the last priest had left the riverbed, we read in Joshua 4:18 that the soles of the priest's feet touched the dry land. And when it did, that the waters of the Jordan returned to their place and overflowed all its banks as before. Do you realize what it's telling us that actually happened? The Israelites had lost their ability to run. They had the river behind them that they were unable to pass now, and then they had the mighty walls of Jericho before them. Now, you would think this is the time to strategize maybe a way of attack. But when we read Joshua 5:3, we see that the first part of their plan, it said this: "So Joshua made flint knives for himself and circumcised the sons of Israel at the hill of the foreskins." Many of these men were not circumcised. They were born during the 40 years of wandering in the desert. And so they needed to be set apart as God's covenant people first. Next, they received their battle instructions, the Bible tells us, from the commander of the Lord's army, which I actually believe was Jesus. And we see that in Joshua chapter 5, verses 13 to 15. They were to walk around the walls of Jericho with the Ark of the Covenant and 7 priests with the 7 ram's horns, the shofar, for 6 days. And on the 7th day, they were to circle the fortified walls 7 times. And at that time, the priest would make this long blast on the shofar, on the ram's horn, and all the people would shout. Then the walls would fall down flat. That was the battle plan. And we read of this plan and how it transpired exactly as God said it would. And the victory belonged to God and to his people. And this was an unorthodox battle plan against what seemed to be an insurmountable opponent. But the people of God, they stepped out in faith and they received the victory. And our battles, they're all different. You know, for some people, they battle with addiction or lust or maybe greed or even loneliness. But God didn't leave the Israelites who had nowhere to run, and we're assured that he won't leave us either. And extraordinary times call for a renewed interest in God's word and spiritual revival even. God can use anything for his glory. The question is, will we respond to his calling? And through it all, may we remain steadfast as we fulfill the commission to reach out to those who don't even know that hope is available through Jesus Christ. So I pray that the Lord will enable us and empower us each day to minister to those around us. And I pray that you're blessed as you're in his word. God bless you. Shalom.